Hi, and welcome to the 2016 Scale Back Alabama Training for Coordinators. We're so excited about this upcoming year. This is the 10th anniversary of the Scale Back Alabama program, and our theme is Drop 10. You'll see hashtag Drop 10 on a lot of things next year. We'll be doing lots of things in groups of 10, and we hope you will think of clever ways to highlight not only the 10 pounds we're asking participants to lose, but also the 10 years of success in getting Alabamians healthier. We hope the next few minutes will give you a better understanding of the Scale Back Alabama program, as well as how critical you are to the success of the program. We're going to start with a quick overview, but before we do that, let me introduce myself. I'm Teresa Fair from the Alabama Department of Public Health, and joining me this morning is Mary Ellen Dixon from the Alabama Hospital Association and Rosemary Blackman from the Alabama Hospital Association.
Morning.
Morning. All right, let's get started with an overview of the program. Scale Back Alabama is a statewide weight loss program open to anyone 18 years of age or older who works in Alabama or live in Alabama. The primary goal of the program is to encourage Alabamians to be healthier, and we are creating a public awareness of the health issues that are associated with obesity. And we want to empower Alabamians who are overweight and or obese to make healthier lifestyle choices and to lose weight. We encourage eating less and moving more throughout the program. The program started out as a worksite wellness program. It was based in hospitals, local health departments, as well as other local businesses. However, it quickly expanded to other types of community organizations like schools, fitness centers, churches, community centers, and other community organizations. And while we target adults, we found that if adults are forming healthy habits, the kids are extremely impacted by this as well. In fact, we've started incorporating health tips for the kids along with the ones that we provide for adults. We want good health to be a family experience. The competition part of the program lasts for 10 weeks, and it's between January and April of every year. And there's absolutely no cost to participate in Scale Back Alabama. The goal of the 10-week competition is for each participant to lose at least 10 pounds in 10 weeks. That's a safe and gradual weight loss of 1 pound per week. Teams of 2 will compete for a chance to win prizes by achieving the competition goal. Participants receive weekly emails that contain wellness information, including health tips and fitness tips, along with links to terrific online resources that go with that week's topic. And the program is run by you, the local coordinators at the weigh-in sites. There's a separate part of the Scale Back Alabama program, and it's called Scale Back Alabama Schools. This separate component focuses on school personnel only and not the students. Only K through 12 schools are able to participate, but community colleges and universities are encouraged to participate through the traditional Scale Back Alabama program. The program encourages healthy habits for the school staff to serve as healthy role models for the students. There's a separate prize drawing at the end of the program for schools to receive materials related to nutrition and or physical activity for their students. Now, Scale Back Alabama is a partnership, and the partners in the program are the Alabama Hospital Association, the Alabama Department of Public Health, and Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. Now, Mary Ellen is going to share some information with us about why participating in programs like Scale Back Alabama is so important.
Let's talk for a few minutes about why participating in programs like Scale Back Alabama is so important to Alabamians. Alabama has the 5th highest prevalence of obesity in the country. Some of the complications of obesity include coronary artery disease, type 2 diabetes, certain forms of cancer, hypertension, high cholesterol, and much more. Finally, the medical costs for Alabamians who are obese are $1.7 billion higher than those in the normal weight range. Those are just a few of the reasons why Scale Back Alabama is such an important program, and we couldn't do anything without you. Now Rosemary will talk about the role of the coordinator.
Thank you. So really, being a coordinator involves three things. It's not much more. First, you really are in charge of promoting the contest locally and encouraging online registration, which is one of the best things that I think we've done, is to give participants the ability to register online, so you don't have to do a lot of the team registrations. You have to host the weigh-in and the weigh-outs during the designated time periods, which is really critical that you stick to those 2 weeks. We have to do that to make sure that it's fair to everybody. And in hosting the weigh-ins and weigh-outs, you really will just have to weigh them, make sure you've got the appropriate scales, the information, and then just enter the weights after the weigh-out week. And so when you go in to enter the weights online, it's very easy. We've got a search feature. You can search for them by team name, by email address, several other ways that you can search for the people, and then just enter their weights. Now, we encourage them when they do their initial registration to print off a copy of the registration form and bring it with them to the weigh-in or weigh-out. Sometimes they'll forget. Sometimes you may have to enter some team information, but for the most part, it's really pretty easy to do. We tried to make it as easy as possible. So those are the things you have to do. But we'd love for you to take it. A lot of folks do a lot of creative things. They have lunches, lunch and learns. They may take their cafeteria and do several weeks of healthy foods in the cafeteria if they have a work site place. So a lot of fun things you can do to jazz it up a little bit. So to become a coordinator, you just need to register. You send us an email at info@scalebackalabama.com, and then we'll send you back the link to do the registration process as a coordinator, which really it involves just putting your name and address and things like that in. And you must be an Alabama-based company or organization, and the participants have to live or work in Alabama. We have had companies ask us if their employees who live out of state can participate, but unfortunately, we've tried to really keep it to an Alabama program. So only those that live or work in Alabama are eligible to participate, but that's still a lot of the participants will be from your place. You must have at least 2 or 3 teams that you're planning to weigh in or weigh out. There's no magic to 2 or 3 teams. It's just that we want to make sure that somebody doesn't get confused and think this is a way to weigh in themselves or their team. You can't weigh in yourself. You have to have somebody else to do it. And we hope you have a lot more than 2 or 3 teams. We need you to tell us what type of organization you are when you register. We try and keep track just so we kind of know who's participating. Most important, we need you to tell us whether you're going to be a public site or a private site. A private weigh-in site only weighs in people who either go to their church, work at their business, and they don't allow the public to come in. However, having said that, we're always short of public weigh-in sites, and would really encourage you to consider becoming a public site. You set your own hours, the days of the week that you want to do it. As long as it's within that week period, you can schedule the weigh-ins whenever you'd like. So really think about becoming a public site so that we can help your local community get healthier. We give you lots of support. We have a program toolkit that's already out on the website. Once you register, you'll log back in and go to the coordinator portion of the site, and you can download all sort of helpful things. The health department's done a great job of creating lots of fun posters and weight tracking cards and other things you can use to promote the campaign in your local community. And all of that's available at www.scalebackalabama.com. And then we've really tried to beef up our social media sites. So we hope that you'll link to our Facebook account, that you'll follow us on Twitter and the other various social medias that we've got going. It's a lot of fun, and the participants have really enjoyed doing that. So here are a few guidelines. Again, you must weigh in at least 3 teams. You can't weigh in yourself. This is something that's so important. Please help us keep the weights confidential. That's crucial to the credibility of the whole program, really. If you've got scales, don't put them out in the open. When you weigh in people, put them in a room somewhere that people can weigh in confidence, and make sure that you don't put lists around that have, weights on them or whatever. It's just real important to people, and I'm sure you realize the importance. Use the same scale, something that a lot of people don't think about. But sometimes we've heard people say, well, they switch scales toward the end. So we don't want people coming back saying that. If you can, keep the same scales at the beginning, at the end when you weigh people out. And then we created some wonderful videos to help accommodate people with varying abilities. We want to make sure that everybody can participate in Scale Back Alabama and there are not any barriers to it. So it's really important that you view those videos and that you try as much as possible to accommodate folks. And we've even got a place when you register to let us know if you can accommodate people, say in wheelchairs, for instance, for the weigh-in. So make sure that you mark all of that. Deadlines for data entry. There are specific deadlines, and that's really big that you help us stick to those deadlines. We'll give you some prompts several times throughout the contest, but it's really critical, to be fair to everybody, that we stick to the deadlines of the weigh-in week and that you enter their weights on time so that they're eligible. If they're not entered in the database, if their weights aren't entered, then they're not eligible for the prizes. So it's crucial that you do that. Again, you can search by name, email, lots of ways. And then here are the prizes. So we have grand prizes for the top teams on which everybody, or all 2 people, lose at least 10 pounds. And we give away 3 $1,000 per team member prizes, 3 $500 per team member, and then you can see. Then we also decided that even though their teammate didn't win, those that, or didn't lose the 10 pounds, those that lost 10 pounds ought to be in another drawing. So we call it our individual drawing, and we pull out 40 individuals that will receive $100 each. So they're prizes for all, and it really, the first couple of years we talked about, do we do cash prizes? Is there something wrong about paying people to lose weight? But we found that it's really a lot of fun and that it gets people going, and once they get going in the program, the benefits of losing the weight and exercising are far greater than the prize money they'll receive, and they stick with it. Really, we found because of that, not necessarily the prize drawings. What's new? One of the most exciting things, we used to do sort of a midway contest, and we had prizes for that. This year we decided to put our resources into developing a phone app. We're real excited about that. You can download it from your phone app store for either an Android or an iPhone, either one, and it'll track weights. It'll let you track the food that you eat. We're going to have little quizzes on there, health tips, alerts about Scale Back Alabama. So it should be a lot of fun, and we're really excited about that, and it'll be available right before the contest starts. And then another thing we're doing this year, since it's our 10th year, we wanted to do something a little more special for our kickoff. So we're going to break the Guinness Book of World Records for the most people on a scale. And we invite you, particularly if you have, if you're in the Montgomery area or have people that would come join us on January the 8th, we'll be sending more information about that. But we are hoping to do that. We've already applied to the Guinness Book of World Records. They've accepted our application and are looking forward to competing to see if we can break the record. So just a few tips. We found that a lot of emails, sometimes because we're sending a number of emails at one time, the spam blockers sometimes will catch them. So if you'll just go into your email pass list and put our email address, the info@scalebackalabama.com, that will make sure that you get any alerts that we send out, any notices for coordinators that are very important. We encourage you to check your data entry thoroughly. We did have some people that lost 200 pounds, and we knew they didn't lose 200 pounds. It was just a typo. So make sure that you check it. We'll give you ways to go back and double check your entries, but please do that and help us on that end. And then just be strict with your weigh-in times. You'll find that you'll get all kind of reasons why people should weigh in or weigh out early. Some are good and some not necessarily, but we really ask you to be strict with that, again, so that people know that it's fair to everybody. And then here are the key dates. December 1st is the deadline to register as a coordinator. We really encourage everybody to register by that date. Now, if you don't, it's not necessarily that we're not going to take you, but we really encourage you to register early, because then we want to get your weights. If you're a public site, we'll actually put your weights, post them on the website so people can look to their county and find out who's a weigh-in site. If you're private, you'll promote your own weigh-in times and dates. But again, that December 1st gives us a head start, so please try and register by then. January 8th is our statewide kickoff. The 11th is the deadline to enter the public weigh-in site information. Again, that's where you'll actually go back into the coordinator section and list the days and times that you'll be weighing people in. And then our weigh-in week is January 25th through the 31st. And the 5th is the deadline for entering the team weights. After that weigh-in week, we do give you another few days to enter the weights. A lot of people just enter it as they go. If you have a laptop and you have internet access there at the site, sometimes it's easier just to look them up and go ahead and plug in those weights as you're doing it. It makes it a lot easier. Then in March, before the final weigh out week, which is the 11th through the 17th of April, March 28th is the deadline to enter your weigh out information if you're a public site. April the 22nd is the deadline for entering the team weights. And again, you'll have lots of emails and maybe even a few calls if you don't enter the weights. We don't want to leave anybody out. And then April 29th is our big day where we draw for the contest prizes. And we typically will draw that live and send out links and post it on the website that afternoon. This is where you'll actually be able to order on the coordinators only section, weight cards, the posters, things like that. So it'll be out there in a few weeks and you can go back on and order those. Then we actually have a frequently asked questions list. We have other things on the coordinator page, so links to all the social media. So be sure and go into that, and if there's something we've missed that you don't get, a lot of it may be covered there. So we encourage you to look. And then just know that we really try and keep Scaleback Alabama as commercial-free as possible also. You know, we don't endorse any specific diets, products. Sometimes we'll get emails from folks saying, oh, well, please let your folks know about this diet. We have dietitians that screen the information we give you real thoroughly to make sure that it's all correct and that it's appropriate. And the same with the exercise. We have some experts in that area too. So we try and give you information that'll be helpful, your participants rather. And then we encourage you to build your communications around those wellness tips that are on the website. There'll be different tips each week. So you may want to look if you're doing any optional activities. If one week is lowering your consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages, that may be a week that you point out the vending machines, put big X's on them, or whatever you want to do to be creative, but just think of a way to kind of tie in. Again, this is our theme, the Drop 10 this year. We're excited about the program. We're excited about being 10 years, and we really appreciate your interest in the program and hope that if you hadn't already signed up, we hope that you'll seriously consider becoming a coordinator. It's a great program, and look forward to working with you to get Alabamians healthier in 2016.